Neshoba, Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
Hey, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Already 63, kind of calm outside. Sun's coming up. We have gotten a ton of sunrise pictures this morning that was absolutely gorgeous. From Deer Farms to Newton County, it's perfect outside.
It does look good up
It does.
outside. And it's Friday already.
It's Good Friday.
Man.
I like Fridays. They're fun Friday. And of course, this is Memorial Day weekend, a celebration, and we want to remind you, don't drink and drive. Don't do any of that stuff. Stay put, and, well, the law enforcement will have plenty of checkpoints to be checking those driver's licenses.
You know, they're out every weekend. They're out there every day, but this is one that they're going to focus, and they're going to be everywhere. So best thing to do, don't drink, don't drive.
Right.
If you drink, get you a ride. Get you a DD to haul you around.
And if you've got an unattractive date, please have your windows tinted.
That may be why they're drinking. I'm just telling you.
Takes a whole lot of liquor.
Go to bed at 2 with a 10 and wake up at 10 with a 2.
Let's cut to the other side of the room. And Greg, your better half has changed hairstyles.
I know. Yeah, she flies off left and right, and
she's left you.
This time, I just wasn't going to put up with it. I wasn't going to have a broom or a teddy bear, nothing filling in for her. We got
Miss Laura Carmichael. Hey, Laura.
Good morning. How are y'all doing?
Good. It's been a while since we bumped into each other.
It has, like 2 days. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it has been.
It's usually downtown.
Yeah, somewhere.
Downtown.
She's on top of everything.
That's right. I seen her last night at the market.
That's right. Yeah.
Good crowd. First time I'd ever went. That was pretty good.
We like the night market. It's
Now,
great.
I haven't been to it yet. What do they do down there?
It's Earth's Bounty at night, but there's music and, everything's
Food.
moved to the max food. So I always go get, my usual things that I get when I go to the market. But it's a great crowd. Downtown Meridian. It's
cooler,
happening.
I would suppose, doing that. At
Yeah,
night.
a lot of
Oh, yeah.
sweets, homemade sweets. Had
Yes.
fresh honey. Had all
I
kinds
bought
of good
some
stuff.
honey.
Vegetables,
Pottery.
vegetables.
But then, as y'all bring up honey is one of those things that has got like multiple uses, doesn't it?
does.
If
yes.
you're supposed to take local honey, and the antibodies
the
or
pollen
something,
and
it
that
fights
is what does the
allergies and
allergies.
sinus trouble. But it has to be local.
You
from
can't
what I gather.
try some from like North Newton County.
Yeah, you don't need none north of Walhalla.
Watch all of that.
Yeah.
So, Laura, you do an interesting job. You're a
Right.
part of Visit Meridian,
Yes.
which is really tourism, right?
It's tourism. That's right. So our focus is mainly getting people into Meridian to visit.
Then leaving
to
is their
stay.
own responsibility to
No.
get out of town, right?
Well, if you think about it, eventually we hope that translates to somebody maybe moving here.
Yeah.
But, our main goal is to go about 90 miles outside of Meridian and bring people in. We're funded through hotel tax, so anybody who stays in our hotels locally, that's what funds and we're the marketing organization for Meridian, so we market everything good.
So and this is just from the hip. I'm going to ask you this,
Yeah,
as we all know, and I posted it just a minute ago. Let me go back here and pull this up so everybody know what I'm talking about on this. We just released this just a few moments ago.
Yes.
This is going to be coming to Meridian next Friday, a week from today.
It is.
How far out do you think people will come for this?
Well, I'm glad you said that because, we had the celebration last week and I just got a star report. The star report shows us kind of the data on what happens with our hotel stays for that particular period of time.
Fill us in, I'm curious.
Yeah, so we saw a big bump, last Wednesday when we had the parade, the celebration. So people were coming in and staying at the hotels. I know the 3 Foot was booked. And so people come in for those big events like that. So we really support those kind of things because it does bring tourism into our our community. And, and having a superstar like Jamal is just fabulous because, it says a lot about our hometown. It says a lot about the talent here. And he is just a bright, shining star. And we're super excited for him.
Probably one of the last times you'll be able to get him for a little. He'll be booked
Exactly.
after this.
I
Is
know.
what we're expecting there. It's
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll be busy for the next year.
Yeah, so I want to say kudos to everybody who they organize these events. We support them, and all those people who put these events on. Just we really appreciate that.
You in charge of security again, there, Greg?
No. Oh.
That's a big job.
Did they ever get a total of how many people they think might have been?
12,500.
12,000.
12. That's the official.
No. Well, no, I sent this information off to a couple of different people who used AI to generate off
Okay.
of the pictures, and 12.5 was what came back really on both of them in
That
the general facility.
is
Big.
That's big.
That's a lot of people.
that's a lot of people.
This is going to bring more. That was a mini concert where he sang a few little songs and that was it. This man is putting on a full-fledged concert. There's going to be more people here for that.
Where are
Do
you
we
going
have the
to put
room?
them? That's what I'm thinking to say.
If 12.5
at
was
12.5, I thought you was maxed out. The
Now where
pictures
you going
from
to put another
up high.
8,000 people? It's going to be.
It's gonna be a lot of people.
And they're going to bring
Yes.
in, they're going to have vendors and all that.
So that takes up more floor space.
Yeah. Now, they had them over in a little dirt parking just on the north side of City Hall, right there across the street from the parking garage. And I think they had like 2 little vending trucks.
Yeah. That ain't gonna be
And
able
if
to
they
handle it.
bring, no. you're
Well,
gonna
this
have to bring
goes
in
back to
more.
what I've said for years. We need a venue
Yes,
for
we do.
stuff like this. I
Now, I'm
don't know
sure-
what the answer is. How many's Ag Center seat? 3,000 or 4,000?
I've squeezed with the floor. I put 6,000 in there for Charlie Daniels, and everybody was. But here's the problem with that: the sound is horrible,
Right.
and you just because it bounces off the metal.
Well, now, the sound was not the best at this mini concert because there was so many people and the human bodies were absorbing all of that music. The music sounded good. He did great, but it didn't blare out like it did at the beginning when everybody was at the parade and there was a few people out there. But when you get 12,000 people absorbing sound like we did, the concert was great. Do not say I'm saying that the sound was bad.
Get him,
but
Greg.
It was it could have been louder. Now
Little bit
we've
louder
got
now.
a huge stadium. I don't know how many people that
That'd be Ray Stadium is what
football
we're-
field would hold.
How many does it hold?
A lot more than that. It would make. And the reason that I would guess of this is they're wanting to sell alcohol, and you cannot sell alcohol on a
Well,
campus.
not only
It's-
that, didn't they just spend a pile of money putting that AstroTurf down on that field? And I mean, they're very
Well, now you can have the band
peculiar
and all
about that.
on the AstroTurf, and everybody else stays in the stadium.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I remember they kind of come to an agreement that it was going to be used for football, I think, when they spent all that money putting down that turf. I don't know that. Don't quote Greg said that. Now, 'cause I'm just talking.
All I can tell you is when I was there in 1986, George Strait filled the place up.
He did.
Hank Williams
Were you
Jr.
there?
I was there.
Hank Williams Jr. filled it up.
But
didn't
he
he?
don't remember it.
Merle, where am I?
I also remember Alabama being at that
I do,
stadium.
too.
Do you remember that?
Gary Morris. Who did
Yeah.
Gary Morris open? I remember the plane flying by. Ken had a plane flying by
Yes.
with one of those trails that you and I were talking about.
Oh.
It big time stuff.
Yeah.
So Meridian, we need a venue. There is without a shadow of a
So
doubt.
true.
We fit the Jason Aldean concert, if y'all remember, underneath the bridge
Yes.
there at the train station. We put about 58 to 6,000 people underneath the bridge. But you have to work extra. You have to fence everything off to where you can control
Yeah.
it, and it's a lot of extra work.
And, you know, a lot of people talk about amphitheater. I'm not for that. I'm just not, because the way it rains around here.
Oh, I love
you
amphitheater.
if it works out right, it's fine.
Sunshine.
But that's a lot of work on a lot of people, and then it blows up a thunderstorm, and poof.
Bring it on, bro.
Yeah, I
Hey.
can still remember seeing Keith Urban while I was in Birmingham at the Pelham joint
Oh,
there. As we were getting wet, and he was going, "Y'all
yes.
wet?" And I'm like, "Let me get a hold of you."
Yeah. Oh well, we had to leave.
wasn't.
He was dry.
The wharf. We had to leave there because the lightning, and it was like a foot deep water wading back. Nothing to do with my daughter because I don't do concerts. It's
Right.
just too much crap to go see that Jason Dingaling guy or whatever his name is, Aldine, whatever. So I walked 4 miles through and then all of a sudden it starts lightning and thundering, and it's horrible. Had on a pair of ostrich
It was
boots.
did it run? They're run.
Well,
You
pour
cannot.
concrete in them now because I mean they're just kind of out there.
Once they get your ostrich, once they get one stain, it's just too bad.
It's history, huh?
Yeah.
So it was running in the tops.
Well, there you go. $600 out the window is what I smell there.
But I mean, this is going to be next Friday. Again, it's a free concert. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
VIP.
You can
$450 a person, and that comes with a chair.
Wow.
That's pretty.
And I ain't
good.
never. That's one of my gripe while I'm griping about concerts. Why they have chairs? Don't nobody ever sit down anyway?
You can't sit.
If everybody
Short
would
people
sit
always
down,
complaining
I
at a
can't sit.
concert.
That would be me.
Me and poor Vinny don't even know who's singing.
But you're right. Outdoor events, everybody stands. We know that.
Indoor events. I seen Hank and Starkville. Nobody ever sat down. I mean, please, if y'all, that's the same way with football. That's why I don't go to football games. So if everybody sat down, you could see.
But they don't do it, do they?
And I always get behind this 6'13" guy that's
Wearing a cowboy hat.
or got a fro, and I mean I can't see around him. So there I sat with my Walkman, listening to the radio, listening to the game, so I know what's going on. After paying unreal money, I'm through fussing now.
But y'all, on average, like you take, what is it, over Brandon?
Right.
Tickets can cost easily $400 to see somebody now.
Yeah. And one of your weather forecasts can tear all that up.
It could.
That's what Julia said anyway, wasn't it?
She sometimes doesn't like me.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a plug in for that Brandon. If you've never seen their Christmas lights,
Ooh.
dude, it's worth the trip. It's worth the money. That is absolutely gorgeous.
We don't even have anything like that here, do we?
mean,
There's ways for us to grow, is what we're saying.
There is. There's a lot of
You
ways
got
to
minute
grow.
bucket.
Well, I know.
Well, we've come a long ways, in my opinion, and you know that I can be. I know it's going to shock people, but I can be negative.
No.
But the things that I have went to in the last year downtown, I told my wife last night, we were walking down Front Street, I said, this is so nice. I said, to walk down here, we ate at the Juicy Guru or something like that.
Yeah.
And to go to A's and eat some good Thai food and the
That's where I
sip
ate
and
last
sip
night.
and savor, all that we've had a ball in the last. And again, are we where we ought? No, but are we where we once was? No. When you got the 3 foot going on and the brewery, and all the Don P's and all the stuff that's happening, I mean.
We're moving in the right direction.
And I felt as safe as I would have anywhere else last night. I mean, it's clean. Everybody was nice. I mean,
And don't forget, talking about the Max Tuesday night, there's going to be a big debate there, I think, right?
It is.
Filling in the courtroom there at 5:30 p.m. Tuesday.
There's a lot going. And again, I'm not saying we don't have issues. I'm not saying we don't have trouble. But I can remember when, and I think we've came a long ways as a city, and you know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of people working hard, like yourself and like Julia and all. I don't ever let her know I said that. But
We won't tell.
12,500
there's a lot of
people showed
things
up
going
downtown,
on.
But
and
you
not
talk-
one problem.
Not one problem. And you talking about downtown, we had a governor's conference for tourism last year, and the people who visit Meridian, they love it. They cannot say enough good things about our downtown and how much fun it is and how many things there is to do, especially for somebody our size. And it's always good to hear those comments from people who don't live here, as well as, of course, our local people. But
Michael Ted brought the fire chiefs convention here.
Yes, he did.
First time that's ever
He
happened.
sure did.
So
Well, he doubles as a stand-up comedian too.
That's true.
Hey, hats off again. I spent a lot of time with him this week in a bad situation, but that's a good guy. I'm gonna tell you what. Michael Ted's all right now.
He's always.
He's a hard worker.
He is.
And I have utmost respect for him because I have been around a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to knock anybody else, any former folks or nothing. But I've never seen a fire chief work like him. I'm sorry. That man works, and he don't ask his guys to do nothing that he's not right there with them doing.
He's probably got it in his hand when he asked him.
He's
everywhere.
in a house fighting fire. I mean, he's
But
in a
that fire
boat.
you went to, and you were like, "Where's Michael Ted at?" Well, he's in the fire. No, I mean he's the chief. Where's he at? He's fighting the fire inside in the county.
Yeah.
Helping.
Yeah.
All right, now that we've let his head swell up,
And it's big, too. It's big.
move on.
But we've asked Meridian Fire Department to come help us in the county, and not one time have we ever gotten a no from them. Every one of them, Johnny on the spot, got down in there and done the work. We've got a great city-county relationship.
Imagine
right
if we
there.
could get a police chief that would act like that. Yeah, I'm serious, y'all. Think about that. That would work with county officials.
Have we got one?
No. No. I did get asked to leave the parking lot of a convenience store because I was walking across it, though.
Well, you do look like one of those transients.
And I said, wait a minute. This is a public place. You cannot throw me off.
I mean,
Did you have on the cowboy hat?
I did.
Or the,
She
baseball?
spotted it. It was a cowboy hat. She spotted it right off. Got her out of her Tahoe. It bothered her so bad that I was walking across there.
well, I've told you, if you take that cowboy hat off, won't nobody know who you are.
Some days I might need to do that.
Yeah.
Up and coming, we're already sitting at 7:16. We'll be right back. We had someone get shot in Union, Mississippi last night. We'll tell you what we know at this point, all up and coming.
Celebrating our 7-year anniversary, Al's Garden and Gift is excited to bring you the beautiful colors of spring to your home. So many bedding and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, roses, and other plants that will bring on the colors of spring. It's the perfect time to spend in the yard. Spruce up lawn and flower beds with fresh sod, mulch soils, and pine straw. Then brighten your day with unique gifts in the shop. Spring is here at Al's Garden and Gift. Bloom with happiness.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a Z71 2500 HD? Or maybe you're looking for the Ford F-150 with lots of leg room in it. Plenty of SUVs like the Explorer for the family. Or if you're looking for a gas saver to go back and forth to work, come by and see the mini cars like this Nissan.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we begin this day, it is Friday, Fun Friday, as we're here. Julia has the day off. She's off gallivanting in some other city, bothering folks there.
Yeah, she's good at that.
We had a situation occur in Neshoba County, and from what I understand from witnesses that went on with this, they said he'd done it with his bare hands. Oh. As we go here to take a look at this picture, this is how it all went down.
An alligator.
An alligator, 11 foot there. They said that Eric Clark done it all by himself and kept telling that gator, not in Neshoba County.
He reached down there and grabbed him by the nape of the neck and pulled him straight up.
They wrestled around in the middle of the highway there for a few minutes there before backup come to load him in the truck. He was a little heavy.
That's a big gator.
He is a big one. Look at that. And I hadn't gotten full body pictures yet, but we're waiting on them to come in.
At least he didn't call Odie. That's what I did last when I run a pond. Odie told me I'd lost my mind, need to go home. Then he come down there, and guess what? It was an alligator.
Where were y'all at?
In the middle of Valley Road.
All right, y'all keep it. And let me say this.
Yes.
I went walking down the road. I said, there ain't no alligator down there. And I went walking down the road, and he come out in front of me, and I turned around and went back. He said, Yeti? He right over there.
But let's ask for the attention of the criminals now. I want to remind you folks that run from the law, that run from the bushes and jump and hide in the woods, of what's waiting on you out there. There's nobody to protect you from these critters. 11 foot, that's just an example of what we know about now. What else is out there that will eat you?
Well, 12 and a half feet's been caught out here at the reservoir a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and the further you get near the Clark County line, I'm just going to warn you now, there's some ladies down there that's never been married, just been waiting on a man to run through a yard. You could get caught.
You can heat them up.
We can't help you, and Anthony Chancellor ain't going to come. He ain't going to know about it.
You mean get tripped up trying to get out the window?
Well, you know how they set them booby traps out there, and they whoop, they got your legs, and they got you. You married, shotgun. Y'all be careful. I'm worried about it.
Oh,
Just a little public service announcement this morning there.
That's funny.
Would y'all believe we had a stolen car in Lauderdale County?
No.
Well, it was stolen from the city limits of Meridian last night. We would get word that there was a fire. And it was tires that were set on fire. And as we got closer to the fire, we would discover that there was a car. Let me show you this. Here's a picture of a distance there, the smoke boiling.
Yeah, that's tires.
And then as you get here, here's the coroner looking at this. Here's a video of it coming through. Now, it's going to show after it pops these tree line here just how thick this black smoke was. Watch this.
We need to get them a level.
Yeah, it was just, the way you're having to hold it.
Man,
there.
I'm getting nauseated.
I could have sped it up a little bit, but why do that? Look at that.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Now, let me move to the next segment and show you forestry had to break out and had to bring a bulldozer with them.
That didn't take 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, that's exactly. There she sits there. As you can see, it's a huge fire there, and it was set to cover up the stolen car that was covered in tires and then lit, and somebody ran. Now, my education tells me there was probably something in that car that they wanted to get
Dispose
rid
of.
Yeah. Now, what that is, we don't know just yet. Greg, you're in charge. Ooh. Oh, my. Criminals go to...
Where exactly was this at?
Toomsuba. Let me see here what the address of Ridgeway Lane.
I ain't never heard of it.
We'll have to look it up on the map there. Yeah. But that's what was going on with all the fire trucks and everybody.
We got a lot of new roads.
Yes.
At one time, I worked for the Forestry Commission for 29 years all over Lauderdale. I thought I knew every hole there was, and there's a lot of new roads that I just don't recognize. I'll have to check that out.
Let's see here. Here we go. Let me just show you where it is. It's right next to Knox Road.
Yeah, I know right where that's at. Okay, we're good.
Wait.
Tom Bailey Lake.
Crazy?
Yeah, right north of Tom Bailey Lake.
Just off of Toomsuba, Lauderdale Toomsuba Road.
Yes.
Here's Highway 80. You go up and you take a left is where that was. Kind of convenient to dump a car.
Yeah.
Right there is where it was.
But that, like you say, there's more there than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Because we got cars stolen every day.
Correct.
They're
usually
usually they go do what they gonna do, their little robbery or their drive-by or whatever, then they abandon the car.
Yeah.
They don't usually go to the trouble. And might I add, these people knew what they was doing as far as getting rid of evidence or whatever by stacking tires on it. How many times we been to a car fire where they didn't have sense enough? They lit a seat on fire and closed the door.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? Smothered itself out. They didn't.
Yep.
Well, we need to go over it with some of the arsonists, the fire triangle, so they'll know what it takes to have a fire.
They can't say tetrahedron. So we're
say
good.
what? What's that word?
Tetrahedron.
I don't even know what that word means, though.
We'll go over it. Okay. We'll go to school.
I'm gonna have to go. That's a new one for me.
We need to wait till Julia's back.
Yes.
Yeah. Those big words confuse her.
She could use her broom, put the afterburner on, and give her a little bit of length to stick out there with it.
Right. Well, she used it also to fight fire with. She whoops on that fire with that brain.
She can whoop it out.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of what went on last night. Again, for all y'all that saw this, and this went on and on and on.
And now, what gets me is these people that set this on fire. All they were concerned about what they wanted to do, how they was going to do it. They don't think about all the. First of all, I bet the sheriff's department went. You know what I'm saying?
MDQ.
You put them in danger. They had to get up, leave their families, get out on the road. Then you put all the volunteer firemen. They done worked all day long at their regular job. Then they had to get up, go to the fire station, get a fire truck, put their lives in danger to go out here.
Breathe all that.
Smell God knows what.
Yeah.
The fumes on this paint and all these chemicals coming off this car and these tires. Then you put the forestry people, which I know they had to drive from Sebastopol, Lewin, something, because we don't have nobody here no more. You put all these people in danger for your stupidity and selfishness. I mean, come on, people. A lot of wheels go in motion when you call a fire department, whether it's paid fire, volunteer fire, whatever. Think before you do something.
Well, you've got to be taught how to think in school, and all we do right now is teach people how to take a test.
Yeah. Well, okay.
So the learning stuff and going through and studying for a test, which you don't know what's going to be on there, except it was somewhere in that book that you studied on that last chapter. Those days that we had are out. I hate our teachers want to do the best they can, but they're stuck. They're corralled by higher government entities that tell them, no, this is how you're going to do it, and this is what you're going to do.
But a lot of this is supposed to be taught at home. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mama, don't play with matches. If you knock their teeth through the back of their head, they won't play with matches no more. I mean, some of that is common sense. Go break a peach limb. You can fix that playing with matches and burning stuff.
How did you find out not to stick your finger in a light socket? You stuck that finger in a light socket, and the mom and daddy says, see what you get.
But now they want to sue the light company for the socket being hot.
As we see some lessons and classes that will be taught here, the Meridian Police Department says they will be out in full force this weekend. Checkpoints, check to make sure that you're not doing something you shouldn't as you drive about. So be ready for that one there. That's going to be happening this weekend as well.
My hat's off to them too. You know, we poke the bear every now and then about this and that, but as understaffed as they are, those men and women, for the most part, dude, it ain't no more. You know, used to you seen like on Adam 12, they're sitting under a shade tree eating a sandwich, waiting on a call.
Yep.
Meridian never catches up. There's very seldom in a 24-hour period is there not a call waiting.
When you get through with that one, we got one.
You got 3 more going, and now that's got to the point. If you listen to the radio like we do, they prioritize. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ought to be going to this call. Oh, well, this is more. You know. Someone
Leave
shot
over here,
or there's a wreck over here. My hat's off to the good ones, and you know who
to
you
the
are.
officers out there. Ann said, only sometimes do you learn about playing with matches.
Yeah. Ann Malone never learn. She'll never. She's a pyromaniac.
She catches the bushes on fire every time she has a burn pile.
Yeah, she lives right around the corner from Greg, so he's always nervous.
Oh yeah, she's a pie, and I think she's retired now, and that just gives her more time to set that poor old Mitch. He just can't catch a break.
He wish he could get back on the truck.
Yeah, something.
We'll be right back.
My name is Jimmy Copeland, and I'm your independent candidate for mayor, and this is my wife, Mercy. The June the 3rd general election is quickly approaching. Meridian, we need a mayor that will not make empty promises, but actually focus on public safety, living wage jobs, infrastructure, and economic development. We are of the opinion that we must have a fresh start. If we continue to do what we've always done, we're going to continue to get what we've always gotten.
Vote Copeland for mayor, June 3rd.
As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as Fun Friday is here. Lord, I almost said your former last name, Carmichael.
It's okay.
It's a habit. How's your mama doing?
You know, I change it every 4 years. So,
she's looking for her next victim, Greg.
It's that booby trap, isn't it?
So we understand you went to Clarkdale.
I did.
All right. Do you remember, because we're just going to go ahead and call him out, who was your first little boyfriend at Clarkdale? Who was it?
Well, his name was Donovan.
Donovan.
Yes.
Do you know him, Greg?
Hill. Yes. He was like.
He was that first grade?
He was my crush. No, I didn't start Clarkdale till 5th grade. No, wait, 7th grade.
So did y'all hold hands and stuff like that in class?
No, it wasn't like that.
Bless it.
I didn't know she went to Clarkdale.
Look at there.
I just.
I know, and I
can't build a pedestal high enough now.
That's
you
right.
know. Go Clarkdale.
We got some good folks there.
That's right.
Clarkdale, it is there.
That's right.
Wow. So, and then you ended up, you lived in Wyandotte forever.
I did. I went from Clarkdale to Wyandotte. So.
And now you're back inside the city limits of Meridian, handling things there. Oh. And so, but do you need a date? We fix people up. Are you married or anything now?
I'm not married. No.
So, do you need a date?
I'm good.
You're good?
We're starting our own show that we're working on. It's like the dating game.
Okay, all right. Is it what's our name?
It's going to be the mix between the dating game and the Gong Show.
Okay.
Well, we need to know, number one, we have to be honest with people when we fill out these things. What's your biggest issue you got? Because we got to tell them old boys
my biggest issue?
Yeah, like you snore a lot. I
don't think I snore. I might talk in my sleep.
Uh-oh.
But,
Crystal Gale sang about that.
You've been talking in your sleep. That's right.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm not married. I don't know.
Just hold the whole conversation.
That was a good song.
I remember that song too.
All right, Crystal Gale, y'all help me out. That's
Loretta Lynn's sister.
Loretta Lynn's sister.
She had the long hair, and she was very attractive one time.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all have seen updated photos lately. Some things are just best left as a memory.
Some things is like, how do you put it? Remember that station wagon we was looking at the other day at Randy Harrison's?
Yeah.
The patina?
Yeah.
Some things better off left unpainted. Does that make sense?
Oh, you put a clear coat on it and let it go.
Yeah, let it go. Some things is better off less fixed.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that going on. We got a few folks that were famous had birthdays today. Did y'all ever watch Silver Streak?
Oh yes.
Gene Wilder
on the train. Richard Pryor.
Yeah. Do you remember this guy being on there? Catman's cat.
He was the porter, wasn't he?
Yes. He was really good at what he did. It's his birthday today, born back in 1910. And if you ever watched Laverne and Shirley,
absolutely, Lenny and Squiggy, and Carmine or whatever, wasn't it?
He was. What's the word for that, Greg?
An idiot.
Yeah. We just go ahead and call that out. Do you remember this woman off of there? She dated the dad that owned the restaurant.
Yeah. All right, she did. So she's on something else too, and I can't think of what it is.
Grease, maybe.
Maybe.
She looks like the principal-ish.
She kind of does.
That little look.
Not
Ding,
sure,
ding,
but-
ding.
Yeah.
On Ridgemont High.
Yeah. Rydell.
Rydell.
You were close.
Spicoli on there, member of our own dive team.
That's right. What's up,
By
dude?
Shane or Woody, but
Now, this woman back in the 80s, like, she owned it. She was one of the upper echelons of movie stars that had her thing going. Joan Collins. You know, she's like 90-something now.
I know. She still
she
looks
still here?
good.
Yeah, she's still
Wasn't
here.
she on? Was
Yeah.
it Dynasty
Dynasty.
Yes.
with Blake Carrington and
Yes.
Crystal?
you know more about that than I would be willing
That's
to
right.
admit.
That was on right before Falcon Crest.
Oh.
What happens when you got a woman that's a
forgot that
little
one.
out of control?
Well, have you ever seen a woman that was in control? I mean, boy, that's a dumb question.
Well, we got one for you. Bonnie.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Today was it.
Oh.
Have y'all seen that car?
I haven't seen the car.
It is like riddled. Like they didn't
Bullets?
stop.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it was like they
It
could have,
looks
but
like
they
it
didn't.
come through Druid Hills on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Or been down
Same.
there at what's that county in Florida, where the old sheriff gets up there and they said, "Why'd you shoot him 15 times?"
Because we didn't have
we had
didn't
there."
have 16 bullets. You pull it till it clicks.
Bonnie and Clyde, though. Wow.
Man,
That's a good movie. I saw
it really is.
And, and the car is in a museum that you can go look at.
Yeah.
If you ever get the opportunity to do that. Do you know that?
I don't know why I think I've seen that car.
I've seen that car.
Let me
but
see
I can't
here.
remember exactly where. Maybe Tennessee.
Pigeon Forge,
I was-
baby.
when I was somewhere over there.
Gatlinburg.
I thought it was out
Gatlinburg,
west somewhere.
maybe.
Well, it could be on the west side of Gatlinburg.
I'm with you. I thought it was in Gatlinburg too.
It's on the
but-
west side of the
But
mountain there, wasn't it?
maybe Arizona.
Whiskey. Is it Whiskey
Prim
Peaks?
Valley, Buffalo Bill, Whiskey Peak.
And it's in Nevada.
Oh,
yeah.
Nevada.
Yeah,
Okay,
I hadn't been
Arizona's
there.
Maybe it was a
Nevada.
car that looked like it.
Here's the actual car, and to show you there to where they didn't stop.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
They just kept going and kept going. You know, and all that was a setup. I always know if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
a criminal, somebody will give you up.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, they threatened, you know.
Well, I mean,
what was it? His son was running with them. Said, if you get them separated, where I can get, I don't want you, son. I want Bonnie and Clyde.
Yep.
And
he
it's a
gave up.
one-way road in here and one way out, and they'll be coming in here between so and so and so and so, and that was over with.
It was. She was a tough hombre, though.
Shut him up.
She knew what she wanted, and she was willing to take it. Do you remember Jose Cuervo? You are a friend of mine.
Jane. No.
Did you dance on the bar? Did you shoot out the
Shelley
lights?
West.
You're the reason God made Oklahoma.
Who sang that?
Shelley West.
Shelley
Y'all remember.
West.
58, she was born. That's Dottie's girl.
Yeah.
But
Now there's the third generation. Her daughter
really, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
is singing. Yeah.
How do you rate her in the world of country music? She can sing, or is it hip hop tailgate music?
Oh, she tries.
is it new country or old country?
No, she tries the older country. If I'm thinking right.
We need to have a night of what we authorize as real music. I think we need to do that.
Conway and Merle and George and
The
Willie and
legends.
real music. Vern Gosden, John Conley.
The list goes on and on of folks
It
that
does.
just were great.
I agree.
I know a country song when I hear one.
Oh, you got that right, and I know some crap that ain't. You make my speakers go boom, boom. Come on, people. Make me want to throw up.
And we don't. And let me be honest about this. Now, we don't mind other genres of music, but just don't put a bow on it and tell me that it's something else.
Right.
Yeah, this is country. I don't care if you're rapping. That ain't country.
That's right.
If you want rap music, knock yourself
We're
out.
going to reshoot that video that Hank Jr. You remember That Ain't Country, where they're sitting there watching the TV. They go, "That ain't country," and each one would fall out the
Exactly.
TV.
I remember that one.
Been a little while. This guy's political views don't align with anybody in the room here. I don't think.
Nothing I could. I ain't missed nothing by not meeting this fella.
Yeah, me either. Drew
He
Carey.
sure messed up prices right.
Yes, he did.
Bingo.
Yeah, see,
I used to
anything
play
else-
sick so I could stay home from school to watch Bob Barker and the Honeys, and then they got.
They got rid of the honeys.
Yeah, well,
Well,
then
it may
look
have been
at
because
Drew.
Bob got sued over
Well,
it.
Oh, well.
The price is wrong, Bob.
Well, he
I
wasn't
do
going
like Bob Barker.
kiss the bunnies.
Definitely.
He wasn't after the girls.
No,
I don't think
he didn't care about having.
But Bob was all about hiring the most beautiful women that he could to get to showcase those cars.
It worked.
It did. Everybody viewed.
I know.
Yeah.
We just tell them how it is.
Bob Barker whooped his butt
Happy
out there.
Gilmore. What?
Happy
Him a new
Gilmore.
one.
Price is wrong, Bob.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Oh man.
We go back. Reba would re-record this from the 1960s. Matter of fact, it went number one today in 1960. The Everly Brothers. You remember them?
Yeah.
Reba would re-record a song called "I'm Kathy's Clown." If y'all remember that.
I
at all.
remember that.
Reba, boy,
my
I'm telling you, that was some of the best there was when you talk about classics. Whoever's in New
She's
England
definitely classic.
is done with you.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Last one to know.
Yeah.
Reba can sing anything now. I mean, she
What was the song that she did about being divorced? The neighbor fixed the roof where it leaked. Oh, y'all know where she's standing on the front porch with a cup of coffee and all that. And,
I don't know.
okay, it'll come to me.
That one.
I like her TV show too.
That was funny.
Yeah, that's pretty
That was
good.
a funny
And
show.
it was real life. You know what I'm saying? It was stuff that could have happened to anybody. The daughter kind of messed up, and then it was. I like that.
Anybody ever heard of a nightclub? And I give an example.
Never
of
been
this.
to one. What are you talking about?
Columbus. On the way to Columbus Starkville, there was a place called Rick's. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Rick's nightclub. Well, I witnessed the destruction of the whole place one night.
Oh,
me
wow.
and Jimmy Earl went up there.
Jimmy Earl.
Thomas from Scuba, Mississippi. And it was two women that was convinced that he was going to leave with them. And they commenced to pulling each other's hair and fighting in the place. And
Nice ladies.
yeah, they
sounds like.
were. They were like late.
They
for
have
Sunday school.
shoes on.
But it brings to mind how a song like this would come about. And Loretta, well, she had it today. If y'all remember, "You Ain't Woman Enough
To Take
My
My
Man,"
Man.
Oh, yeah.
and it would hit. It was 1966 that her and Dew had it going on. And nowadays, people would say, "Well, you can have him. I'll just get a new one." There is no bond whatsoever. But anyway, I thought you might want to know that.
She's another classic.
Woo, Loretta.
Oh, yeah.
Said Reba's song was "What Am I Gonna Do About You?"
What am I going to do about you? Yeah, how could y'all not know that?
Because she had 9 million songs.
She
I
did.
mean,
That was like that early stuff that was. I can't even get
you
the
remember her
blues.
brother? He tried to get in the music business.
Yeah, he
wa-
bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work. It was pretty. I think he's passed away, Greg.
Oh, that's not somewhere.
Or was that
Oklahoma.
Dolly's brother that passed away? Maybe been Dolly's brother. But Pate, it didn't have a career whatsoever there. Let's talk about teeth. Anybody want to talk about that for a moment?
A big, bright white one.
Oh, yeah. Talking about crushes, he was my first crush, too.
Really?
I love me some Donny Osmond.
Was he on Tiger Beat or something? Wasn't that the big thing
Yeah,
back
I
then?
think I had that poster or something in my room.
Donnie.
So,
Kind of like us with Daisy Duke.
yeah.
Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah
back in the
Fawcett.
Heather
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah. Just doesn't get any better back in the days of those. Let's
Go
see.
to Woolworth and thumb through the posters.
Flip them through there.
Because we didn't have a Spencer's. You had to
Give
go to
me
Jackson, go to
F1
Metro
there.
Center to go to Spencer's.
I remember that.
Now, I never watched the scary movies whatsoever.
I
But
don't
this is,
either.
these
I watched
twins
it,
came out today,
yeah.
and The Shining.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, I saw a picture of them recently too, and it scared me to death.
I ain't watching that.
Oh,
Well, I mean, they're not far from scary there.
Greg,
They're
don't do
really scary now. But
I don't do
I
scary.
can't.
I'm not big on scary movies.
Oh, I love them.
You don't do it either.
No.
You would.
I
No,
love
no,
them.
no.
I'm.
Yeah, that would be me, too.
I just don't like being scared.
I love a good haunted
Friday the
house.
13th.
Well, to me, they're
it's
so
like-
they're so. The plot is so stupid because I'm thinking, we go in this house.
Don't
And
go
you
in
hear
that
something,
bedroom.
let's run down to the basement and lock ourselves in. Here's a thought, if you run out the back door, you'd still be running. But no, let's go up into the attic and hide. No. You hear something go boo, you get gone.
I'm with you on that. And we're lacking something when it comes to movies. That's heroes now. I just don't see the development of the next hero anymore. The last guy that I've seen that even had any manly skills about him would be Jason Statham. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah,
he's a good actor. The
Yeah.
Transporter guy is who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's the last one. But back in the day, they started out early on this guy. And he made him a man's man. The Temple of Doom.
Well,
Y'all remember that?
and it goes back to growing up. We were kicked out of the house. First thing Saturday
That's
morning,
because you didn't pay rent.
we watched cartoons.
Straight.
When cartoons was over, you get your butt out of the house and don't come back in until the street lights come on. You had to use your imagination. You had to come up with stuff.
You was going to go play Robin Hood or
Yes.
something. I mean,
And now these people.
Well, Michael Jackson done that. Men in Tights, he done that. He climbed a tree.
He kept a lot of them around.
I agree with what Odie's saying.
But
I mean,
we developed our brain to imagine more. Now kids say, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm in my bedroom playing a game." So the imagination skill of this generation will never be what it used to be, and we see that in Hollywood. Nobody can think this stuff up. Nobody can have a great idea and put it to paper to make a movie, because we have lost our ability for common sense. We've lost our ability for imagination.
We
We've lost
Google
our ability
everything.
to think. Uncle Google takes care of everything, and we're seeing where technology has helped, but it has also hindered the human growth, especially our brain.
I see where Sandy White even had a poster. She was trying to look like Charlene Tilton, so she got the poster, it says here, and put it on her wall, so she looked like Charlene Tilton.
She thought it was a mirror.
what was the poster he had on Shawshank?
Raquel was one of them.
Well, yeah.
What is the new guy? Y'all remember the new guy?
Yes.
Where he goes crazy
the eye
eyes?
look crazy.
You mean he had somebody on a poster, somebody on his jail cell?
Who was it?
Janet Jackson.
Was it Janet?
Don't you look at my poster. You looking at my poster? Yeah.
The new guy. Have you ever seen that?
No.
I've seen that one.
Isn't it hilarious?
It's funny. It is funny.
I just don't watch movies because most of them like stink.
Well, that one is.
That was funny.
That was funny. It has that the comedian. What's his name?
He's a real
Eddie Griffith. Is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's the one that he's in the jail
And he's
got
teaching-
his snake eyes, and then this kid going through school has been bullied, and he's been teaching him, look, this
How
is
to be
how
the
you
tough
do it.
guy.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It is hilarious.
Well, you get movie advice from Odie, and I mean, he knows if it can't happen, Greg don't usually watch
Yeah, I'm
it.
with you on that.
So Odie tell man, we get all ready. You gotta watch this movie. Man, I pop popcorn, got the kind with extra movie butter and all that. Sat down the first 10 minutes of the movie, this guy walks through a mirror. I said, I'm out. I'm done.
I don't do that
Nothing
either.
about that. There's boogers in this movie. I ain't watching it. I don't know.
Golly,
No,
a family
I have
moving
to-
a house and
Well, it's
special
just like a
cheese.
song. Let me word it this way. It's just like a song. A movie is if you can put yourself in the place of the hero of the show, it touches everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
key to a success.
Everybody, my favorite
Lock and
all-time
Key,
movie
that was the
is
name of that,
Smoking the
Lock and Key.
Bandit. Everybody knows that. But Godfather movie, Goodfellas, I love that. I mean, I love mob movies and
Shot
stuff
me
like
in the
that.
pinky toe.
Yeah,
So there's a show out on, I think it's Paramount Plus, called Mobland. Have you seen that?
No.
Well, if you like mob movies, you need to watch that.
I love mob
It's really
movies
good.
and stuff like that.
Oh, what was the one that's got
fun-
Rocky in it?
Rocky.
Golly.
Well, he goes to Oklahoma City to start
Yeah,
his
yeah,
own
yeah.
version of the mob.
Oh, you're talking about Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
Tulsa King.
Tulsa King.
Yeah,
Man, that was
that's a good one.
good.
I like it.
Breaking Bad, was it?
Breaking Bad was good.
You get into like Sean Connery, The Rock. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Y'all tell me what the name of this movie was, because it had Robert Redford in it, to where he's a general, 4-star general, and he gets sent to prison. And the guy that's over the prison is nothing. I can't even use the word that he was. And so while he's in prison, he uses his general abilities to take over the prison and raise the American flag.
Oh, man.
What is that? It was good.
I can't remember.
Yes,
that
I remember that movie.
I don't remember that.
It had the little guy from Seinfeld. You know, the little short guy?
George,
George was the guy
George
that he takes
Costanza.
down.
one. Oh, yeah.
It was good. Look, my hero today, this is When you talk about people that I don't think you could ever in a million years dig up any dirt on, this is the guy here. In 1985, he was presented with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Jimmy Stewart. I'm telling y'all, that was the man.
That's my Christmas movie.
That's
too.
it. He was it. Let's see what else we got here.
The Last Castle.
The Last Castle. That's it.
Uncle Google. Here we go.
Y'all, if you want to see a movie, watch that one. Have you seen it, Laura?
I have not seen
Austin had it. Yeah, Tulsa King.
The Last Castle sure did. So, Laura, what is your favorite movie? If you had to say this is my movie, what is it?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I mean, would you spit out like Josie Wells or something like that?
No,
Really?
I don't think so. I really don't know. I'm not a big movie watcher.
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten into these series a little more that is,
Like Hallmark?
stream. No, I don't do Hallmark at all. No. No.
You don't watch Hallmark Christmas movies?
No.
How do you know if they're going to kiss or if it's going to snow?
I just can't do that.
So, what is your series? What is it?
Well, like I said, I love Tulsa King.
Queen of the South.
No.
Best series I've ever watched.
I think so.
But,
that is
Landman was good. I
Landman's
liked it recently,
awesome.
And like I said, Mobland is great. It's got Pierce Brosnan in it, so I kind of like those kind of shows.
Well, like Tulsa
So-
King and Landman.
Yeah.
He needs to finish and get like 7 or 8 seasons of this one before he starts on another one, because he does one of this, one of this, one of this.
I agree with
Forgets
that.
about these, and we sit here waiting for 2 to come out for 2 years. Then we'll forget what it was all about.
What was that other series had them kids on it? The Outer Banks.
That was good.
Outer
That
Banks was
good.
pretty, but it got a little weird too now when they got to flying through the jungle looking for gold. I mean,
Yeah, I never.
And
watched that
Donna
one.
is correct here. There's this new thing out of Hollywood that they think they've got to use cuss words to make the show better.
The Blacklist.
It would not.
That was good.
Take much to clean this up. That land, man, make your ears bleed.
It
I'm
is.
sorry.
It is.
You don't have to.
It's
Queen
bad.
of the South is the best series I've ever seen, but it's filthy.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, what have I said on this show so many times? We let that happen a little bit at a time.
Yep.
And TV, our culture has changed. It's acceptable. You know, Ward and June used to sleep in separate beds, and Victoria used to have secrets. I don't know that no more.
7 o'clock prime time, and that's a bedroom scene where they open the show up. And that's what our kids are seeing.
You know what? This was a letdown. I can remember as a kid waiting for this to come out because the previews looked good, and I watched it and I thought, what was that about? It was not good. Cobra. It didn't happen. Y'all remember that?
I remember
It bombed.
Yeah,
It was worthless. Let's see what else happened today. Do you remember Some Girls Do?
And Some Girls
Sawyer Brown and Some Girls Don't?
Yeah.
1992. They were in Meridian about that time, if I remember correctly.
Not my
Jimmy
favorite.
Rogers.
They were. I remember.
Yeah, I think we were at the show
We
together.
were at the show together. Yeah.
Not my favorite.
The final episode of I never watched this at all happened today. Full House ended.
No.
I've yet to watch one of those. I'm okay. Roger Moore would pass away today. Y'all remember him?
Yeah.
He's gone.
One of the 007s.
That's him. That kind of wraps up what happened in history on this day of the little things there for you to remember or not. Y'all remember those?
Good, yeah.
Some of them.
Some of them there. But yeah, the Blacklist that was brought up just a moment ago,
I love it.
give.
Hey, what's that show where the guy picks the he does like when they interviewing prospective jurors and he goes, you know what I'm talking
No, I
about?
don't know this one.
Yeah, it's good.
Hugh Hefner's life?
No,
No, this
no.
one is he went out and he got these people to be on this side. He was swaying the jury.
Yeah, and
And,
he researches each person, and that joker he's got a computer, and he can tell you how they're thinking.
Gene Hackman's
If there's
in it.
12 of them up, he's gonna say, well, right now we're 8-4. Right
Gene
now we're
Hackman
6.
had the big room with all the computers, and the one guy, he tried to write him a letter. Now, Bull was a series.
Bull's what
But
I
there
was thinking.
There was a movie, and it was good for the first 2 seasons. And
Yeah,
it went straight.
that was it. That was interesting.
I have not seen that.
Well, it dealt with psychology and how people think, and I mean he would
Like
research
Criminal Minds,
yes,
kind of, sort of.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was decent compared to some of the crap we have to watch.
That's out there. We'll be right back. More to come.
Our police officers are overworked and underappreciated. When we don't support them, crime thrives. As mayor, I will increase officer pay improve benefits, and recruit top talent to ensure we have a fully staffed, well-trained force protecting our community. Together, we'll invest in technology, partner with state and local agencies, and make Meridian a safer place.
On June 3rd, vote for Percy Bland, paid for by Percy for Mayor campaign.
Hey, welcome to Kia Meridian.
We're a family-owned business that's been serving the community for 25 years.
If you're looking for a new Kia, we have them. And if we don't, we'll find it.
No stress, no hassle, just the best deals. And right now we can get rates as low as 0%.
Shop local, get the car you want. And be a part of the Kia Meridian family.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Grass cutting season is here, and if you need a new lawnmower, drop in and visit our friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have size yard you have. Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Visit our friends at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we begin this morning, we talked about Union, Mississippi, a shooting happening last night. As we go to our headline here, now there's not a lot of details out early on this, but we do know that a 15-year-old has been shot. This happened overnight. They were rushed to an emergency room. As this gets more information on it, let me double back.
15 years old.
I don't think there's been an arrest yet. Digging into this, and more is going to come out on this morning as we get daylight on that. Should have it right here. Boy, I got a lot of text this morning.
So while you're looking at it, Game 3, reminder, Game 3, 10 o'clock this morning with West Lauderdale. That series is tied 1-1, so this is it. Clarkdale, they've got their Game 2 or Game 3?
I think they're Game 2. They lost the first one. I think Game 2's this afternoon at Trustmark.
I'm getting that this female was shot by a juvenile from Philadelphia. Man. So this involved two younger folks as we get more information on it.
And their life. At 15 years old, at 13 years, whatever, your life has changed and not for the best.
And again, it's that, anytime after 9 o'clock, 15 years old, you should be at home.
Well, you got to have a mom and a daddy to tell you it's time to come in. Or no, let me take that back. You got to have a mom and daddy that will demand that your butt be inside that house. And we don't live in that society anymore.
We have an arrest in Newton, Mississippi. What'd he do? Well, you can't have one of these. That's the switch.
Yep.
It makes it fully automatic is what that is. And so he's been arrested and charged as we look at this here. Let me pull this up where you can see this, what we're looking at here. Convicted felon with a firearm, unlawful possession of a Glock, falsifying identity, simple assault, possession of stolen property. Just can't do all of that there. So that was one of the big headlines that we had yesterday coming out of Newton County. And the next thing, everybody was late for the ball game going to Jackson yesterday for West Lauderdale to play.
Bad wreck.
Yes. Yeah. And you'll look at this, just traffic was backed up for miles as we see this. It was 4 cars involved.
And somebody said an 18-wheeler also, I believe.
Yeah.
Talked to Kyle Covington yesterday afternoon, or that was his excuse. He makes a lot of excuses to me, but he said that was a bad wreck.
And that people just sat and sat and sat.
I think 2 hours, they said the interstate was just closed.
As we go north of here toward the Neshoba County line there at Highway 491, we had another rollover accident yesterday morning.
Can't park
You'll
there.
look at that. We'll zoom in on that for you to see that. That car just rolled right over.
That's right there at the Lauderdale, Neshoba, Newton kind of county triangle.
Yeah, it's several counties amongst that.
Four corners up there.
Yeah.
So that slowed traffic there for a little while there in the northbound lane. And all over, what was going on yesterday with this? Everywhere I went, we had to stop. They were cutting limbs there as we go here. This was North Hill Street. They're pouring the concrete up here at the top of the hill.
Yeah, for the bank.
Yeah, so we got
They
a little
were
bit of a stay there.
still painting the highway in front of my house yesterday.
Yep. Here's another one here down by MCC. And let me tell you a boo-boo that I did yesterday.
Oh, no.
Right near the Total Pain Clinic, 14th Street, 10th Avenue. They had one lane blocked if you were heading west. I was on the right-hand side. The car in front of me went, so I went right behind it. Well, they had a stop sign that went about as far as my kneecap that I couldn't see over the corner of my fender of my truck. I never saw a stop sign, so I ran that.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, nobody else was coming, but we need some taller stop signs if we're going to put them in the road because I cannot see that from my truck.
Because if they ever catch you breaking the law, they're going to beat you with a rubber hose.
That must have been the stop sign Vinny had to put out. that
was below the belt.
Well,
Well, it was.
He is the last one to know that it's raining.
Do you know Vinny? Bless his heart. This is just unethical here, jumping on him like that. I'm going to take up for him.
He's a hard worker.
We had a ribbon cutting yesterday this is right next to the tunnel. Right here. This is Heart of Grace Home Care. They had their big ribbon cutting yesterday. A lot of speakers came out for it. Rwanda was there. Also, cool magnolia tree, I might add, that I hid under.
3, 2, 1.
And then there she went. So that was a part of the celebrations yesterday in downtown Meridian. Another business coming here. Not bad at all there. The night market, y'all mentioned they're going there. This was going on last
that was
night.
pretty good.
Yes.
As we look here, a few vendors that were on scene.
Yep.
And then here's, I think I got an aerial view in here also of everything. A little farmer's market and all. There's an aerial view.
Good little view.
Great job.
Yeah, they had
event.
quite a few people there. A lot of vendors, good food.
Good food, yes.
Now, Laura, how often does that happen?
The night markets are about, I think there's 2 or 3 a year, and then of course Earth's Bounty has started back up this year at the Max, first Saturday of the month. So it's also first Saturdays at the Max. So if you haven't seen inside, you can go inside and see all the great exhibits and all the tributes to Mississippi artists. So, but yeah.
Now, and let me ask y'all this. Y'all know a little bit more. Today, as we go back, as we're getting into this, they're on the road now headed to the next ball game. West Lauderdale was beat yesterday. I think, 3-2?
Yeah, I think that's what
it was real close.
And they play at 10 o'clock this morning, I believe is what I read.
So, there we go. That game is expected today. What'd y'all say about Clarkdale?
They're on game 3.
Yeah, Ann Malone said game 3.
So they're tied 1-1 too.
We have the West Lauderdale 6U little champions there. We got a lot of kids that have been in ball games. Let's go through here.
That's when ball is fun.
That's fun
Yes.
times.
That's fun. You don't realize how much fun. I'm telling you, parents, enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's Amsterdam. Look at there.
Well, all right then.
Big thank you to Kim sending in her vacation picture there to us. This is the accident part of it that was over there in I-20 yesterday that slowed all the traffic down.
Around Pelahatchie, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was a long wait, as we mentioned. I got some more kids. Let me go over here. I want to make sure that
Kids
we
are
mention.
fun.
Yes.
Let's see here. We got Kipper Academy. Let's see here. Oh, this was last weekend. I didn't get to show this. This was the state games as they brought in Kung Fu fighting.
All right.
That was a song.
It was. Everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
Greg knows karate and one other Japanese.
That's right.
Yeah, got to know the words there. Elvis knew it.
I know Smith and Wesson.
And here we go, Clarkdale baseball, as they were headed off to it there. But congratulations, they are the winner there. I want to bring this up. Greg, you and I had a chance to go to this. This was a big deal for us at the beginning of the week.
Yes.
Actually, it was Friday.
The unveiling of the sign in honor of that
Mac Hamburg.
The Mac Hamburg Award. Fella gave his life fighting for our country.
And we got a chance to go to the ceremony.
Sure enough, one heck of an athlete from Enterprise, and it's nice to know that he's not forgotten.
That's true.
And a lot of the recipients of the past award were there. And a lot of folks. That was a good deal.
So we had fun attending all that.
Smiling Troy Smith. He can't help it.
He was just grinning ear to ear, wasn't he?
He is grinning ear to ear.
It's great.
Mercedes-Benz says they're going to build a big plant in Hotlanta, Georgia. We're going to be doing some.
They really do need to pull in some more industry around Atlanta to try to get their traffic count up.
Yeah, because it's not enough.
It's not, no.
Forget Tuscaloosa.
Well, we got places over here. Come on.
I'm not a good driver in Atlanta.
I don't like
Nobody
it.
I'm not a good driver in
No, you got to have 4 muscle relaxers and a Quaalude to drive through there.
It stresses
And
me
there's
out.
no good time. Most places you can say, well, I don't want to go through there at 5 o'clock or at 9 o'clock in the morning. Atlanta, it don't matter. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going, what are you people late for?
Yeah.
It takes that long to be at work at 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't slow down over there. The speed
If you
limits
get
are
under
really,
85, they'll knock your butt out of the road.
That's right. And heaven forbid if you would have a flat. I don't know what you'd do.
But you run in 80 and 90, and then you're stopped.
Yeah.
You know what? You sit there and you go, what's the big deal?
Drive a little slower, a little bit more careful. You might get there.
That's right.
Up and coming, we're going to talk about the penny next. Your thoughts on that? That's next.
Throughout this campaign, I've been out in the community, knocking on doors, speaking directly with you about the issues that matter most. I've been present, engaged, and working hard because that's exactly how I'll lead if elected. I'm Dustin Hill, and I'm asking for your vote on June 3rd for Ward 5 City Council. I believe our city deserves someone who shows a high level of leadership, experience, and dedication, and that's the kind of representative I will be because you deserve nothing less. Elect proven leadership on June 3rd. Elect Dustin Hill.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop. Welcome back as we talk about the penny. Officially, the last batch has been made. So
keep what you got.
Are they collectible items?
They will
the last
be
1 minute?
in 100 years.
Yeah.
Let me know how that works out. I got a feeling.
I ain't gonna be here.
Anybody coin collectors?
My parents are.
They got a lot?
They have a huge jar of pennies, and I was like, what are you going to do with them? So
Nobody likes to roll them anymore, that's for sure. And it does cost more than they're worth to me.
I like that coin machine.
They
You just
get
drop 'em in there.
10% when you carry it up there and run it through the machine.
So they charge you.
I ain't paying them.
Unless you're a member at the credit union, then you can do it. For
Oh,
free.
really?
Yeah.
Just dump it up there on the
Dump 'em
counter?
in there. No, we dump them in the machine, and you get a little receipt, and you go get your money.
Well, I'll be done.
Yeah.
Learning that. Which federal credit union?
Muna.
Muna? Yeah, I'm a member there.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
They have the little machine right to the side, and you just.
Next commercial, we're going to look at that. dump some
There you
pennies and
go.
count
I
them.
always went to Walmart and you're embarrassed carrying those jugs in there in a buggy. And then everybody looks at it, well, you hit the lot. I've been saving this for 10 years. It's my life
Those water
savings.
bottles?
Yeah,
Cash is out.
my life savings.
Sitting up there shaking them out.
Well,
10% of something like that is that's a good bit.
well, I know like a gallon pickle jug.
Yeah.
If you fill it all the way to the top, and I mean there ain't no way to get exact because it's gonna be different every time. It's around $360, $400.
Is that pennies or is that
That's just
all silver?
everything I dump out of my pocket.
Okay.
So you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be different, but it usually averages between $360, $380, $400 for a gallon.
So one gallon. What are those water jugs? How big? How many gallons of water is that?
Depending on how big the jug is.
You know the ones I'm talking about that goes on top of the cooler that sits.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
3 gallons.
like
About 3 gallons.
3 or 5 gallons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd probably hold. I'm gonna guess 2,500.
Woo!
By the time you filled it up, as long as you got more quarters than you do pennies.
Now most people do.
You know,
I mean,
but I'm the same way. I get my change at the end of the day, and whatever change I got, I save it and go from there.
But I have a lot of change because I'm not a card person.
Oh, you're a folding. Where's your folding?
My folding money.
How did he say it there? Friend, you lost your folding money. Oh, brother, where art thou?
I love that. No,
It is 5
that would be my
gallons.
favorite movie if I had to choose one.
That
Yeah,
was cool.
It's funny.
Not the livestock.
It's a Dapper Dan. Give me that Dapper Dan.
We're in a tight spot.
What was the cousin that turned them in where they stayed and the watch was stolen and all that? He stole the watch.
I thought you was a toad.
I remember.
They call those women the sirens.
The
Isn't that what he
sirens,
called them?
yes.
Oh, have mercy there. All right, Odie, we got the birthdays today?
Yes. We are. I'm working on one now.
Okay,
We got Jason Collier. He is 48 years young.
Woo!
Man. Chris High Note. Margaret Godwin, 87 years young. Sandra Swartz got a birthday tomorrow. And Jeff and Diane Fuller got a anniversary tomorrow. So that is awesome. But I have a special one. And my granddaughter got a birthday today. Violet Massengill, happy birthday. Pawpaw loves you. You have a great weekend. She's got a big birthday trip coming up and having a wonderful time. So you have a wonderful day and happy birthday, Angel. I love you. So that's good. Love my little granddaughter and my grandson. His birthday coming around in December. God, he's 15 years old. Woo, but anyway, so that's it.
Another big event that will be happening tomorrow at 11 a.m. Don't forget the East Mississippi Veterans Park. They will have a program beginning at 11 o'clock. That takes place, and then we will have Monday the big ceremony at the courthouse beginning at 10 a.m. if I'm not
10
mistaken.
a.m. outside the old courthouse there on Constitution and 5th. If weather turns to be bad for us, that will be moved to the 3rd floor of City Hall. We're hoping that that's going to push out or hold off and get that ceremony going outside.
We got
Lowry Townsend turns 85 today.
We got some more kids with games that we've just gotten up. The 10U gold bracket winners. Congratulations there. As we scroll down, here's another one here. The 12U, big winners there also. And then we've got 6U here. Boy, everybody's playing ball, aren't they?
Man.
Hey, and y'all remember Memorial Weekend, big traveling weekend. Take your time, leaving plenty of time to get there. Road rage, well, be patient. I mean, it's going to be a crowd everywhere you go, especially if you're headed towards L.A. That would be Lower Alabama.
Yep.
Get prepared to sit around Foley because you're going to sit there for a while.
A long time.
Just be patient. I mean, I know that's hard to do, but
See if y'all can tell me, where was this taken from? We want to say thank you to Tony McDonald sending this in this morning. Where was this taken from downtown?
Probably on top of the 3-foot hotel.
Well, was that
Union.
First State Bank right there?
That's
With the arches?
Yep, that's First State Bank right there.
That's the
parking garage?
Yeah, it doesn't work. That doesn't work.
No, the other
Oh,
one.
the new one.
The new one.
It may be the parking garage.
Is that
No, because that's the realtor office right there, and that's First State Bank, so that would be on top of the Citizens. Ain't that where they're remodeling?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's right. That's right.
I thought that was the beach. I can't.
I used to be a
Lines are bad.
detective in a former life.
No,
Oh, is it?
No, that's going to be.
We got something wrong? That is the beach
could
right
be
there.
Parking garage because you're looking down at.
Yeah.
the beach.
Oh, okay, I thought that was the real. Never mind, I see the
you're
La Beach
on-
sign.
You're on
You're in the
H Street
parking
right there.
garage.
So it's either the parking garage or the 3-foot
Or the
hotel.
3-foot, yeah.
Or it's that guy working on the city light. I'm not really
Or it could be a drone.
Oh, yeah.
Could be, but that sun just.
Ain't that pretty?
Welcome your day.
Really nice.
Man.
a few sites that we always enjoy getting pictures. Send them to us.
Amen,
You know, we do
amen.
that. As always, make sure to get your information to us. We're going to be out and about all weekend tracking down whatever happens.
Yeah.
We want you to have fun and remember what the weekend is about. Laura, we can't thank you enough. And
thank
not
you.
yet have you been hit on in the comments.
And you
Oh,
have been
well.
so nice. It's a pleasure to sit next to. So I didn't even have to wear my shin guards.
Oh.
I didn't get kicked. I didn't
well,
get
there's still
pinched.
time left.
I didn't get hit. I mean, usually
Does she have her shoes on?
Yeah, and usually I get a knife pulled on me or something, you know. But
Oh, my.
it's
I did wear my shoes today, okay?
it has been a pleasure.
Well, she wears them. She just takes them off while she's up here.
Yeah, she throws them like Richard. What was it Richard Pryor talking about his mama, Eddie Murphy? Talking about hit you with that shoe. Wow.
Well, it was fun. I appreciate you not picking on me too much.
Let me ask this.
We want you back. So.
That's
If
right.
someone has a question about Meridian, what all do y'all cover? If somebody had a question about Meridian and they're watching from another place, that's what you
we
do.
want them to call our office. We do things. We provide itineraries, things to do. We have visitor guides. All
Maps?
things Meridian. We have maps. Yes. So anything you need to know about Meridian, we work hand in hand with our hoteliers, the industry partners, the restaurants, the retail. All those partners that, we want people when they do come in, they have the best experience they can while they're here. And so, we got a lot of things that we're proud of. So, and a lot of little hidden treasures, Bonita Lake, so
Yeah.
So, we cover everything. I fall under Lauderdale County. So we do promote the entire county. So, anyway, our office.
And you've
come
got a new
see us.
location now.
We do. We're located in the bottom floor of the EMBDC building. We're creating our welcome center now. So when you come in, you'll be able to get all those materials you need. If you have a conference, we do visitor bags and things like that. So, we just want to roll out the red carpet when everybody comes.
And if somebody, an organization wants to do a conference, you can help them get everything set up
We can help them get it all
that
set
situated.
up. From meeting space, we work hand in hand with, we call them our Meet Meridian partners, which is the Raleigh Center, the Max, the 3-foot Hotel, and all the other hotels. We got some wonderful hotels. Mr. Lala just opened a new one that's very nice.
And that place is packed already.
We're really blessed to have some really good places to stay while you're here. So we want to encourage those overnight trips as much as we can.
Come on down.
And if you've not been, I'm telling you, go. Got an anniversary or something, don't want to go out, book your room at the 3-foot, walk around to the brewery, walk down Front Street, go to Don P, some of the A's, some of the Weidmans. I mean, that shrimp and grits.
Go to all of
them.
It is.
It's hard to pinpoint.
Harvest Grills right there. I mean, there's so much. There's a lot of good. I'm a food connoisseur, as you can tell. And I mean,
he's good at what he does.
But if it wasn't for this Diet Coke, there's no telling what I'd weigh.
I love good food. That's for sure.
Well, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Yes.
Odie, have you got a Bible verse for us to head out today?
Well, let's see what the good Lord's going to take us to Matthew 25. Then the king will stay on those on his right. Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. God's got a place for each one of us. He will be with us on everything that we do. But all we've got to do is ask him to come into our heart, and we can live forever in the kingdom of heaven right with them. Y'all have a wonderful day. Have a safe weekend. Remember, this weekend and Memorial Day is for those who are in the kingdom of heaven because they cashed that check that they gave the American people. The freedom we have is because of those who have given it all.
It wasn't free.
In our honor. It was not free. The freedom you have cost. Just like God gave his only forgotten son for our life, these are our American citizens who gave their life for the freedom that we have today. That's who we celebrate. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. We'll see y'all out and about. Until then, remember, we love you. God loves you. Have a wonderful day.
Charles made a comment that I hadn't loaded some pictures that his wife had sent. Make sure you're sending them to either Scotty Ray at AOL1969AOL.com or
Messenger.
Will you quit that?
It's just AOL.
At AOL, you can still hear it dial up.
I have an AOL too, Scotty Ray. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
And here it is right here. In the that's how you can do that. That's the email. Or inbox them. If it's sent to my personal one, I probably am not seeing it. We have people check it, resend them. We'll be glad to share pictures. We love vacation
I've had
pictures.
2 or 3 people ask about advertising this and that. If you want to purchase advertising, give one of us a call.
We'll be glad to help you.
We're not, how do you put it, forceful salesmen. We don't go out and beat bushes. But if you need something, call us. We'll hook you up, dude.
We'll come over for Sunday dinner.
That's exactly
We'll do
right.
it for you, or you can do your own commercial. We go from there, but we are open-ended.
We'll help you any way we can. Just
Yes.
give me a call.
And speaking of that, I want to say this about people that advertise with us. These folks are part of our community. People that advertise with us are not fly-by-night. They're established in our community and trustworthy. If you make it as an advertiser here, they're trustworthy people. I mean,
It's got to be a place we're going to go.
Yeah.
It's got to be a place that we trust before we ask y'all to support them. So,
And with that being said, you can have a bad experience anywhere. Don't give folks a second shot here and there and yonder. But we try to have the best of the best.
We were in DeKalb just what was it this week at Ernie Watts up at Water Equipment there. You almost got hung in a tractor.
And if you need a Doodle-Maflitchy to go on a whatchamacallit, he's got 2 of them.
Yeah.
They got all kind of stuff up at DeKalb, Mississippi. I'm just telling you.
It truly is.
But we got some good people that advertise with us. There's some good people around here, and we'll help.
It don't
you
matter the
we can.
product that you're hunting. We got it.
We can get.
We've
you
been there.
hooked up.
We've done that, and if it's got food on it, we've tried.
We send out our taste testers to any restaurant that tries to advertise. They have to pass the test.
We got to enjoy the food.
And I'm real slow, so sometimes I have to eat 4 or 5 times.
All at once.
Laura, is there anybody you wanted to say good morning to before you head out of here?
Just
Like any men, anybody like that?
Leave her alone.
I'm trying to find out about her afterlife.
my after.
Her afterlife.
Her after
After
hours
the
life.
show.
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
I mean,
My
she still wants to go to the kingdom
extracurricular
today.
activities,
Yes,
right?
your extracurricular
Okay.
activity. Because I'm worried about you.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, I want you. You know, you can wait too late in life. We don't want that to happen to you.
You
To
saying
where.
I'm old?
Well, I'm just saying. I don't want you to pass your prime and not be
Are
able
you
to book
saying
a
her
fella.
clock is ticking?
Get that shovel out of the truck, because he keeps on
he keeps
digging.
digging
He is,
it.
you digging
Haley
it big
said,
time.
Haley's young enough to say that your shirt reminded her of that dinosaur.
The dinosaur.
Barney.
Oh, I love you. You love me. But we just don't want you to end up like in the old folks' home library.
Like the cat lady?
Yeah.
I don't
You don't want to be the crazy cat lady.
No, I don't like cats.
We're pulling for you there.
Yeah,
and
thank you. I appreciate it, y'all.
And with
And
your
again-
help,
Keep
the
up the
sky's
good
the
work.
limit.
Yeah,
you just think about what I could get you.
Yeah. In a lot of trouble.
Ask these other ladies out here he's helped.
Oh, my goodness.
Somebody likes your blouse.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Well, there you are.
There we go.
Yes, we will be back Monday. One way or the other, we will be here Monday.
Well, ain't that a hoot? If any of us had wore the same thing, nobody would have said
I
that.
know.
No, ain't nobody said a single thing about what we got on.
That has the Cracker Jack look. Let me
Oh,
give
yeah,
a
like
compliment.
I'm that Cracker Jack guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went over good, didn't it?
Sailor.
Yeah, yeah. I shouldn't compliment people, should I?
No.
With all
No,
honesty,
thank you for having
thank
me.
you.
I just, yes, I definitely
You
enjoyed
did
it.
an excellent job.
We'll see y'all bright and
Yeah,
early
bye-bye.
Monday morning and somewhere on the streets this weekend.
Yes.
God loves you, and so do we.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.